Gentleman yields back, and with that, we go to the gentleman from Minnesota. Mr. Phillips is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and greetings, Madam Administrator. It's, as you might know, I'm retiring at the end of this Congress at the ripe age of 55. Might have to get a real job. And it's been a joy to work with you. I want to say thank you for coming to my district, for supporting small businesses, of which I have been one most of my life, and grateful for what you do. As you know, my highest priority is to expand employee ownership. I think it is a nonpartisan part of the American dream. I know that's one of your mandates as well. And we also are all aware, because we've had this conversation, that one of the barriers in many cases to ESOPs or co-ops is the risk of losing the status of contracting, preferred contracting status. And take a woman-owned business and she wishes to convert to an ESOP for set-aside contracts. Oftentimes they won't do so because they'll lose that if they become an ESOP. So have you reached any conclusions at the SBA about how we can remove that barrier so more businesses can convert without losing that access to the set-aside contracts?
I appreciate that question. I know we explored that topic with some of the ESOP experts in your district. On the contracting side, we do not have a solution at this point in terms of how we can allow for that greater affiliation and control issue when it comes to small businesses that are structured in that way, but I'm happy to explore that further with you during your time here.
I appreciate it. I would welcome that. With me in my office, as you know, I've got the Employee Equity Investment Act that has a fix for that, as you know. It also asks the SBA to take a formal step to try to reduce that barrier. So I would surely welcome.
I can report to you as well that we have a couple of SBICs, for example, that are focused on employee ownership and ESOPs in particular that are now licensed, as well as we have now removed and allowed for delegated authority for ESOP transactions within our 7A portfolio, which was part of the Main Street Act.
As much as I can do to encourage it, you know, the more we have employee owners of small businesses, the more we have small business owners. So thank you. I also want to ask about AI. I think it's underappreciated, the forthcoming disruption. Clearly, large enterprises are well positioned to both take advantage of it, protect themselves from it, but I'm deeply concerned about the ability of small businesses to compete. So how is the SBA looking at that, and how much demand for AI tools and technical assistance are you hearing from small business owners?
It's quite extensive, as you know. During the pandemic, small businesses adopted technology at very high rates. The SBA has focused on expanding the free tools and resources to small businesses around technology, and that includes focusing on their adoption of AI. They're already using it extensively as they develop their marketing, or perhaps using it as chatbots in their customer service. And so we know that it's going to help enable them to make progress in their efficiencies, and obviously following the President's executive order on ensuring that the agency as well is leveraging technology both in an innovative way but responsibly. And so we continue to partner with organizations out there to try to get those tools and awareness out there.
Do you believe the SBA has adequate resources, both human and financial, to ensure a level playing field?
Obviously, we continue to focus on the innovative startups as well, through the SBIR program, to make sure that innovative startups have pathways to the data and computational power that they have, and we're happy to see movement around that across the federal government and the agencies that deploy SBIR.
With my last minute and a half, I want to just chat about youth entrepreneurship and my belief that we as a country are not doing enough, especially in our public schools, to educate, expose, and promote entrepreneurship amongst young people. Can you share any thoughts you might have about how the SBA can make further investments, inspiring young people to become entrepreneurs, at least to give them the tools to perhaps start their own business one day?
Yeah, I was recently at South by Southwest, and of course saw the lemonade stand winner, and he was just such an incredibly inspiring young man, 11 years old, already thinking about distribution of his lemonade across Texas. But of course, I mean, this is oftentimes an important pathway and a choice for people to jump right into entrepreneurship. And so, obviously we're set up to help administer and advance our loan programs, which then focuses on the adult population, but You see a lot of our accelerators in our networks really focusing on youth entrepreneurship as well, and at least exposing the youth to entrepreneurial pathways. And we think that's important.
Yeah, with my closing, I hope that can be one of our legacies here in this Congress, to inspire young people to be owners of this economy. And they can't become owners if they don't have the tools, and I think the SBA can surely play a role in providing those. So thank you, most of all, for your service, and I'm grateful. I yield back.
Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.